Well, it's hard to tell when it's love between people, but see, you have to consider just a person's nature. Some people are naturally greedy for money, and that's all that they think about. And they think that that's what you're thinking about, therefore, right? And when I start detecting that, it's like a big game over. It's like, fuck you, people, because we know that that world is there. That's like a besides the point. If you haven't noticed, like you try to get off on Friday and then you go have friends on Friday maybe, and then you hope that they're on there on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. It's kind of starts out at school level, right? You notice that somebody's taking up your fucking time. And I noticed on top of that, you do have that friend, so-called friend thing that can really waste your darn time. And I was always wary of that when it came to, of course, there's the time when we are supposed to spend time with somebody, like let's say we're going to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Pardon the laundry in the back. I don't have laundry detergent, and I'm being strung out. I'm pretty sure, and I detect it, and it's like game over. See, I'm getting back on here again because it's easier for me. I think it would be easier for a lot of people. See, I have, as far as I'm concerned, I have 416, sometimes 17, sometimes 18. It fluctuates. 416 customers, and see, this is the thing: is that most of them, I know for sure, like at least 300 of the subscribers, they're here because I told the story about the gift-giving narcissist, which is really the communal narcissist. Covert narcissism is the most dangerous type because they are covert. This means that they have an upfront kind of mask that they wear, right? And everybody knows them as just nice and they help everybody. Classic, really. Look at the church, and that's full of them. Or even schools, right? They have the figure there, but they are a child molester or something like that, and or that the church is the same way, and that's a classic. So, but okay, so through trauma bond, right? There's a need there. There's a need there. You trust those people to take care of you in a certain way that maybe you shouldn't. And but the society somehow requires you to have that kind of trust. And there's where I come up with the term, watch out for the false prophet, right? It's not me coming up with that term. That's just what's suggested out there. Hard to know what anybody's talking about there. So, but getting back to, well, this is kind of relating to the times we're in now. We can realize that Venus does square Neptune today, and so you can bet that a lot of hearts are fed up and probably, yeah, they've had enough of what we could say is just what the feminine is fed up over, which is people that only meet us like, well, I was going to say halfway, which is a whole other concept because see, what I mean is, I think it's different for women in relationships, especially pertaining to men. Um, man, I think women are always going to be yielding 100%, something that is 100% of value to her and to him, which is her body, and it's really not the other way around. I haven't lived that way. I haven't seen it yet. What men try to make their body and their schlogs God's gift to women or something like that, but no, they can't really do that. The truth is I think I speak for most women here that we're not that interested. No, we're not. We can find other things just like you can, but I don't know why I just went here, but see, it's going back to and this is a big thing that might come up, I think, because there is a Uranus transit and the Taurus, let me just cloud it over with some astrological talk, right? But no, we're questioning our value as men and women. They both need to start. Ouchie, the cat. I'm trying to keep her busy with this toy, and she's doing good. We're doing great. I think both of them can acquire a respectable um, movie that they create in case the kids were watching. That talk about value. Like, what if an actual humane civilization, depended on whether or not these people interacted? Um, I was just about to say in the right way, because I do think that there's a right and a wrong way to do things. Pardon me, I'm one of those people. Otherwise, it's like, ooh, I don't want to taste your simple cup of tea. I mean, you don't want to serve a cup of tea that's not like halfway prepared to the standards of some people. I don't know, like your eggs over easy. How do those turn out? If you don't think there's any right and wrong way to do something, I'm sorry. There's shoulds here. You know why? I'm sorry. Here, let me get my chalkboard. I hope you like my chalkboard events. One day I'll get organized, but there's shoulds here on this plane. See, some people say, "Oh no, there's no shoulds." And anyway, this is a green should. Whoops. Pardon me. While I'm definitely. God, I don't know. I'm innocent, by the way. I'm innocent, and I want real support in my life. Real supporters. For what, Shauna? What is wrong with you? Oh, what's wrong? Why don't you ask what's right with people that they can't, like, just mix in with the profoundly sick society that's getting more and more just impossible? I'll tell you what. I'm not a perfect person. No. I would love to get a job doing something with my hands. That not only that, babes, it's like this. Can you find, see, unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, really, I was going to show you what the hell word was in the word should. Should get a job? I would love that. I would love it. See, that this is where I'm trying to, I'm getting see, it's really hard to present yourself. I don't think I'm good for just any old job. You know what I mean? I mean, no, but but really, you'll be surprised. I'm willing to do a lot of things right now, but I think, but see, if I have a hair of a low vibrational frequency doubt in myself, which I was just getting back to you about that now, it's 15 seconds ago, it's never been ever in my life that I have felt a ball develop in my throat that I think it comes from grief or sadness or real life, yes, like you're on the verge of tears. It's been that way for me for, well, a good 3 years now. Ouch. Stop. Please don't. God, cat she's getting really good, but she's trying to save my life, basically. She's being really kind, actually. It's really sad because I am picking up on, like, something about social media. It's probably way too late, though. I know it's kind of too late for me. Not really, though. Not really. See, I wish I can get more people that felt for me. God, I hate that too because I don't want to operate on pity or like, no, but I was trying to tell you about the support system that I believe that social media was intended to be, say, like if it was a, a human against the robot kind of thing, then we have to spruce up our language. If it is just this, check out the shoulds. I say we should. Why? Because we're human beings. Now, what are human beings all about? Well, there's subject matter that we need to continue to talk about, probably until the end of time. And we can start a 9-hour lecture right now, but whether or not there are shoulds, yes, of course we should talk about it. So here is, because should, in the word should, do you see it? Let me get the glare out of the way. There we go. Do you see the capital lettering? I'm sorry, is that a B? No, that's a D. Sorry. Sometimes I get dyslexic because I am dealing with reversal. So look, there's the word soul. That's why you want to kind of verse your curse there, reverse your cursive, reverse the curse I have, and do something right. Things should be done correctly and done right. And I wish I can be left alone long enough, see, but I have to reach out to people, and I'm doing it here. And this is my problem, and might be shocking to some of the parties listening about this. See, I'm not getting any better with it. In fact, I'm losing. I'm getting older too quick. I'm being dragged down by something that doesn't know how to let go and find out how to make it better without clamping down. See, I was trying to talk about in the beginning about stingy or greedy people, and that's usually the Capricorn vibe, and I've already been through that. It's like, life is hard enough, babes. You don't even know how to enjoy what's here when you do get it, let alone how that you're always striving and working, and it's like these people do not have fun, and I don't know how they got cursed with that, because it's like, well, I mean, I'm tooling about and I get basically the same things, and but I don't see I don't know. I guess I'm just judging people, and I'm sick and tired of that. I want to be left alone so that I can find out for sure what I need to do. And see, I know that it's that. And see, just like with everybody else, I need to make money, and there's where um, we're all stuck. I guess I don't know what to say, but the truth is that social media could help us, right? And I'm going to get out from under this thing that I'm experiencing, which is like I just don't know what to do. I don't know the first thing. And this is the thing though, is like what I'm saying is that I don't know the first thing about see, I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need to make this work for us. See, I know for a fact that I'm on to something about the language thing. When I pull up the word you for sheep, which the word sheep has the words he and she in there, and also the word see. But I'm talking about a language that's it seems stupid, right? And it's simple. It really is. No, it's not stupid. You have to be kind. You have to be a humane being. You have to be a human being who's actually very imaginative and very connected. That's true intelligence. And they can see the word we and the word you and connect it to, it's sheep. And then see, this is the way we would form our biological rights. Almost to just say it like that, but that's kind of loosely saying, I mean, what we're really reaching for, but I'd say, yeah, on up, from the ground up, establish your constitution. Because why is there just one? And nobody's thinking on their own about, like, maybe there's two that should be here. One who okay, what if it was a men and women thing, which I don't think it is. I say that, see, because we can pull it up, psychologists are saying, and don't hang me up on the cross over it, that there are non-human beings here and there are human beings here. You're narcissist, that's why you're watching me most likely. If you're subscribed as a YouTuber, you came across my video about narcissism. And because it got 175 likes and I got like 175 subscribes in hardly 3 days, and it dwindled off into after 3 weeks I had 300 subscribes. And I'm saying that furthermore that the reason why is because social media is trying it's that is why it's here. It's to point out that there's a race. The human extinction can happen right in front of your face, holding these cameras going like this, and everybody ignoring it in the background because, well, that's a narcissist right there, the robot, the machine taking over. The mind, basically, the ego, right? Just because we say that human beings are going extinct and they could go extinct in 20 years or something like that, doesn't mean that this place is not going to be chock full of something. But the the question is, there's no question that at that point, this is an official. There is no chance. It will be completely abandoned by, if there is a creator of creation who gives this place, let's say the organism, the human organism, a chance to bring all of its potential down to earth, whatever is going on in the sky, in the heavens. If that's closed off and hijacked and the part of the organism, like some of us, like you don't know it, but through, I think it was minute 10 or through minute 11 up to about 14, I was holding back tears and I had that lump in my throat and I'm down to, I'm feeling this enigma that money is presenting to all of us, and it's because we don't know how to let go. See, here's where I'm at in my personal life. It's like, okay, this is very real because I want good people in my life, but I cannot attract them here. For one, because of my vibrational frequency, it needs to be higher. There has to be better attraction. I can't attract people when I'm miserable, right? You're going to attract what? You have to throw the red flag in or the red talent and say, actually, please, you're tapping out at that point, and you're taken out of the game. The people there aren't really your friends, but they're going to do this job. They're going to do this thing. Watch out that they don't molest you right in the middle of it, and really, right? Yes, and it's like, and you don't really want to be in that corner forever. But I mean, Jesus, why I'm to something we haven't talked to you in a while. You sure are. Good for you, girl. Yeah. And so what was that story about? And what's your fucking story? You know why? Yeah, I am not interested at all. I can kind of see it, and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta move faster than this. It's sad. It's pitiful. It's sad. Because I don't want to live locked in a relationship with someone or even something like with something, such a place that where I just feel like I'm dying, I guess, and that it's not fun. No, I don't want to go there. All my life I've had fun. It's been the last 3 or 4 years that it's gotten like, oh my God. Um, the feeling of really struggling, because I held my own little tiny life microcosm together, and this is all for the better, Shauna. Why can't you let go? I'm trying, but I can't do it if other things are holding on to me that confuses me what I'm supposed to let go of here, right? Because I do not want leeches all over me. I'm a very generous person as far as me alone. And if you get next to me, whatever you're there for, really what I'm saying is, if I invite you in and you're going to get all of the best of me, whatever it is that I just, a lot of people don't like it. I have literally, it's been 12 years. The last 6 years it's dwindled. My gardening, it's because of the chemtrails, I'm pretty sure, and also less and less support. But before I had always a lush garden, and I would take people through my garden, but I would say 92% of them didn't want to be there. I could feel that they were, I guess the word is jealous, and they don't like that I could be happy with just those plants. and having taken care of them, but then now I'm pulling them through it, and then I pick the biggest head of lettuce there or tomato, and I give it to them with a smile, and they just go, like, I don't even think they eat lettuce or tomatoes. I don't know. Kind of like these neighbors here when these kinds of people, it's like, okay, so, all right, so, all right, man, you're not, see, that's a high vibrational frequency right there that I'm used to handling and maintaining. I guess you would say I'm a woman with high standards. And well, we're kind of, stumbling through life here. I'm getting on to 50, and I know that it's a process we're going through. It's like, wait a minute, I can't be getting any older than I should be getting. I mean, really feeling somebody else's way of life of holding dead weight, right? Okay, we can talk about the Taurus people, let alone that Uranus has been testing them. Pluto going into Aquarius, for the next 20 years, those people are going to be having to learn how to let that shit go and use it. Use it. That's what Capricorn says. I use. That's what the Earth, see, all of the Earth planets. What is Virgo says? Virgo says, I analyze. So you have to have an analyst there, or some kind of, this is all about quality control across the board, by the way. Can't use it unless you have done something that you should do, right? And that's to find out what the truth is. It's all about God. Find out what God is. Hello. Yeah. In God we trust. What do you guys do there? What is that really, right? It's a belief system, right? And whew, man, how stinky. We all see. Instead of we all fall down, we all have to let go and then regather. And there's where I'm at. I'm like, really? And so do you want a motorcycle too? Yeah, I can play. I can play the guitar. Do you want a better guitar than just the one at the pawn shop? That's my. Of course you do. You want me to have a better one than the one that's not available to me now. I mean, I love the acoustic guitar, um, but they're built in a certain way after so many hundreds of dollars. I say over $600. Depends on who it is, from where, but if you're just going to go straight to the shop and get something, it's like you're going to have to pay at least $1,500 to get something that pulls the music out of you, because it's a musical instrument. And if you're a musical person, you're going to need a musical instrument that is finely tuned and well built to where when you press it against that person, music is pulled out of them. It's an instrument built for the musical people. And it's hard to explain that one there. And that's all being lost. It's hard to believe. And I'm pretty sure my problem has been for the past 3 years. But really, it wouldn't be so if I didn't do it for 35 years, or more like 45 years, my music, as far as that's concerned. And it's not that I have to, I have to subject people to it. No, but it is something that has progressed into something that's like, oh, wait a minute, what are we really doing? I would like to bring back what we're really doing. That's where we are now. If our generation doesn't stand up and say, no, excuse me, but this is what we found out, and it's not us, this is the truth. If we listen to the greats and any good scientists, the best ones say, well, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I would say frequency and vibrations, that's music, if you ask me. And it's like bingo. And energy is just everywhere. It's always here. And how are you going to use it? And that's the whole thing, is with the frequency and vibration thing. So anyway, but see, yeah, it's been over the past 3 years that I've experienced total. It's grief, right? It's grief because you are being. It's hard. You're feeling like you are just having to fend for yourself too much. I have been too alone, and I'm hoping that for me, because that Pluto is going to be trining my Mars, Sun, Pluto, and I don't want any dead weight holding on to me. I'm fine with having people around me. I've always been around people that were less fortunate around me. To me, people who are less fortunate are people who can't just go and give to you freely something that you have produced proudly because you have figured it out. mainly it gives you joy, and all you need to do there is just share it, because how much of a waste it really is to be something fruiting like that, and you can't just pour it into somebody. See, and there's a society, like I said, 92%, I think it is now, that you can try to invite them into your garden. I did this one time in the last, it's like one of the last times I did it, because man, where I live, man, people are crazy. It's like the world condensed, and so narcissism is coming up. Well, it's sure up here, and so yeah, no, they would pretend like they were happy that I was showing them my garden, which was like in full bloom at the time. And yeah, I could tell you the whole story about how I know that that was a pretended person, and how about that? I've been watching this for a long time now. Too long. It's been a year and a half or 2 years. That's too long for me. I do not conduct fake and forced relationships, or I'm not familiar at all with the trauma bond, mind control relationship that you're getting all fucked up because it wasn't a good connection in the first place. It wasn't authentic. Bottom line, I guess it's a very common scenario where, see, this is where I'm talking about it, minute 26. I'm worried about that. I wonder if my brother figured out that this is what kind of happened. I mean, really, he probably hasn't been. See, a lot of people have not been in enough relationships to figure out that no, there's such a thing as chemistry, and then we actually get along, and it's an actual friend there. And then there is, you don't, then, and then there's such a thing as not everybody is for you in that way. And there's such a thing as, well, you can go through it maybe a couple times early, maybe once if you're lucky, early in your life, but then the next is kind of awkward and it didn't work, and maybe you can go celibate after a while. But eventually God is going to send you somebody, and it's always the right one if you consider that you're going to learn some lessons, aren't you? Or are you always a loser? Like my dad would say, and I love my dad, and he would say, you don't have to walk away a loser. Never walk away as a loser. Because, you didn't learn something. You don't have to. That's what he says. You don't have to walk away as a loser. I say don't ever walk away as a loser, because that's your choice or something. And there's where I'm having difficulty. I think that a lot of people are at this point. I think humanity is on this weird, like, crossroads. It's really what we're in the middle of, babes, is spiritual warfare. And you got to just believe. What do you believe in? It really, it's more like, what are you? Are you really achieved as love? Can you let go enough of the mind and just go into your, see, you have to, love is a higher vibrational frequency. And when you start just, okay, I almost say pray to God, but really it's a state of prayer, which is like, now you're beginning to sing, and then others that can hear you can sing. And this is so important. That's where I know this is what I'm doing with my videos, but I want to bring the vibrational frequency up, right? I mean, I'm here, we're all in this rocky boat, and we're talking about the transits and how hard it's been, and it's been 3 years of me doing that here, and I'm still doing it, but I'm trying to convert it into a support system, which it's supposed to be, if you notice the way that it's trying to encourage us here to just talk about narcissism. But really, it's the robot society. It's the society of people that need to be awakened. That's all. It's a very common thing, but do we talk about it anymore? No, um, it's a taboo subject matter. They're just like, shh, go get your job at blah blah blah. And did you take your vacation? And and you didn't get married and have children? The the gauntlet, right? The chutes and ladders. The thing that nobody ever questions at all. Like, well, why? People don't hate kids because they say that, but it's like they're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do here? You don't have a really clear cut fucking story, rhyme, and reason. How sad, right? Sometimes, that I've been around it too much where it seems it's very satanic, where the parents, they think it's their right, or it's just that's what you have to do. And of course, I don't know. Shauna doesn't know because you don't have kids, Shauna. So it's like, yeah, you're supposed to lie to them always, always bullshit them across the board, and string them out with candy, and reward them that way, with fake things. Um, um, see, my parents were struggling with terminal illnesses and other stuff. Like I think they're narcissism too. That who knows whose fault it was that the people end up fighting for their lives like this and trying to grab onto each other, right? There's where Christ Jesus says, "Judge, don't pass anybody through the judgment system over there until not even a murderer do you judge until the monetary system is completely abolished." Okay, getting back to mommy and daddy there, just trying to manage through the process on top of it. There's a process that we're going through. The terminal illness is not my mom. God, and I know what that is to be around the divine, even though they're sick. See, the thing is that they'll just let you go and they say, please be here if you can, anytime you can. But I'm not buying, like grabbing onto you and trying to make you feel bad because I'm sick and you're not being here. My mom never pulled that off on anybody. In fact, she had love to the very end. I mean, her caretaker, who loved her, professed love to me while he was on his deathbed, died 2 weeks before she died. It was February 2nd in 2020. I'm sorry, 2010. February 2nd that he died, and then she died on 2/22, which is a hell of a profound experience. But I don't know why I went there except for I already had a life of being bound down to people that, well, I could see naturally you would feel bound down, and it's a heavy duty thing to have a terminally ill mother or a dad who goes belly up because, well, you don't blame these people. You just notice it's like, fuck, I don't blame you because why? Well, there's the monetary system over there jerking everybody around. And I was thinking, well, how do we fucking manage this? See, I want to manage it to where it's like, babes, if I sell out and it's just me selling out, I will contact nobody. I want to work something more like, okay, but now can I just go camp out over there? See, I wish I could get like a committee of people to help me here. And I see, I've been ganged up on by a committee of people. And I don't want that. I say, get out of here. You're not really here for me. You're here for yourselves. Talk about the covert communal narcissist. I don't know what is happening, but um, my idea is to, it's fucking pathetic, but it's like, fuck you. I love living out near the wilderness and camping and stuff, so I was thinking I could camp out in my car after I clean it all up and then find some people to rent the place. See, I just want to give them their privacy. I don't want to be here while they're renting it out. Um, I would rather be in a campground where there's a bathroom and privacy I can use. But see, I would rather be collecting $2,500 for my house rather than sitting on it and not being able to collect anything. I tend to just sit here. I'm reluctant to go out and try to get a job. I was telling people about it, but the best thing that could happen, see, the thing is this is the thing, and I don't talk about this much, but I'm talking about it now, and I don't think I should talk about it much here. See, I know that I can do anything, and see, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to talk about it, is because, like, are you really pigeonholing yourself, and you're saying, you're saying you're gonna say something that stamps you in your forehead forever? It's like, no, it's an infinite possibility here as far as uh, what I can do for money. Yeah. So I just it's just that society has changed. I've been very isolated. I don't know. See, there's some people that can understand the isolated person who doesn't really have a choice. I didn't choose this for myself. It just happened to be that, see, I was already kind of doing it. But then it came to be, and then you can blame it. Well, sometimes when you take care of your grandma, you kind of break off because when she starts to decline and get sick, it's hard, and you're going through something hard, and you don't want to be around people when it's getting hard. And anyway, that's just natural for me. I don't like to surround people with my misery. I don't like to be surrounded by people when I'm miserable. No, I'm a live performing artist, and it's when I'm on my highest vibrational frequency that I have 300 people going and clapping and standing up, and they want to see me next time. We don't want to see people miserable next time. See, their job would just to see you miserable, and so there would be a next time, and you don't want to be there to be a next time there. You want good things to happen next time. Period, narcissists. Come on. Get out of that fucking world that we're like, it's starting to encroach here. You people don't even know how to feel good, even if you're doing something that supposedly feels good, like paying a bill. Look, I hardly have bills coming up, and I'm starting to squirm. And this is what I have to do to get it done for me here somehow. But see, and I am so grateful towards the people who have what very little it is. And I keep saying very little, but it's a lot. They are giving me a lot. Man, if 400 more people gave me as much as what Kimcast has given me already through PayPal, let me show you how much that would be if 400 people would give me as much as what Kimcast has already donated into me, because I think she understands what I might be going through, and I'm still going through it, and it's devastating. It's devastating to be consumed by the part of the organism that is just a consumer. How about that? They think that they can buy your life into them, I guess, and it's hard to tell who's who, you see, because it's weird. So anyway, I was doing the math. Kim Cass sent a lot of money, and now let me be honest here, okay? Try to be honest. It's a lot, though, see? And if people would have sent that much, if 400 people would have already just tried to shut me up and see, why would this? It's because I want a Gucci bag. No, it's because I want to get out from under a relationship that I want to convert it into something that's like, can you actually be a good friend? Like, what is really going on? Why is it this way? Can I be a good friend? Can I be something that doesn't make an excuse for, see, I am, I think I'm being devalued. You know what I mean? I actually like to have fun. And I don't mind sharing myself and my energy, but then now it's getting like complicating because I need $40 and I could, and I feel like it's distraction. It's right now, it's like, are you feeling like that you're in the middle of like, can you concentrate? Can you undistract yourself and figure out what you're in? The answer is no. You have to get yourself quiet for for the next 6 months. Actually, what you think of doing right now, especially if you're a cardinal sign, Aries in particular, you're deciding right now, because in the next 6 months, there's going to be this Mars opposite Pluto once again. It's going to be, yeah, once again, but it's going to go clear back to 17 Cancer. And that's another test on us all. And for us, God, sorry about this. I'm just trying to do, if 400 people sent 400 times what Kim Cass sent me, I would get $100,000. And then I could do some of the stuff I can do around here. It includes help other people. I could help the people who are helping me, but they're undermining my very life force energy. And they don't consider it as valuable because it's just I'm saying it's very little, and it's sad because they're giving it all they can, right? And it's because I don't really have anybody in my life. I hate this fucking video saying this too. This is making me vulnerable. I guess since, as long as Mars is doing this thing with Pluto, and I'm gonna look like terrible. But the truth is, if you look on my videos, you'll see my looks declining, and even my mental clarity declining. And I don't blame it solely on because that I'm battling. I feel like I'm constantly fighting, and it's not right, right? You should not have association or relationships that bring you conflict, and that in the end you feel like that you have been drained and you don't even have enough to, you don't have anything, but they managed to drain you even more. It's like, wait a minute, see the thing I was trying to say. God, I hate this video, but please. I don't know how to see. We're supposed to convert this thing into a life-saving machine, not something that fucking gives Satan loosh. Because narcissists get on here and they just, and I have been contacted by so many of them. One of them right now is just, it's they're into torture, and I relate it to, well, it's too bad, the monetary system is a torture system. If you really knew, if you really knew, see, it's so strange to think that the organism wouldn't know what to do because their programming is built to just take torture. Otherwise, they wouldn't feel like they're doing anything good. And it really doesn't have to be that way. You could put yourself through hell by learning a real skill, like something that, not that the money system can use, but that you come up with something, you say, you know what, I love this at the end of the day. I love this. It makes you feel so good. And see, it's so sad because we don't live enough in a world that that when somebody says, Shauna, prove it, man, you sound so unrealistic. That, that, that. See, I live along a waterway here, and there's plenty of residences up and down it. I don't have time to expand your mind, but you have to think a little bit. But see, we could be doing a lot more with that water. We could be piecing it out. And see, some people love to do like gardening of certain things. We could have vines here. If you knew, like, see, your wine, if you like wine, or your coffee, is centralized, basically. I mean, there is a place that's the best place to do it. And I suggest, if you like wine, go move there and learn how to be a fucking vineyard keeper, or an assistant vineyard art fucking person, because we don't need this wannabe society of just, like, and you're drinking fake wine now, but you're acting like the king and queen, and really your money is fake, and so are you. You don't even know you don't even know who the fuck made your wine. Otherwise, if we were living in a real life place where people were taking care of their own intellectual property, real life property becomes like things that come up out of being skillful at something, not making money, but a talent for something that brings real life pleasures that money can never do it. Of course, money tries to buy it, right? And that's what we're talking about. I want to make it clear, like more clearly, like, okay, think about it. How did it get so mixed up where money, nobody pays attention to where their money goes and where it comes from? Now it's like all systems go to fucking starve, especially whoever is struggling. It's a stupid game. It's like whoever's struggling, starve them out even more. Why? Because it's easy prey. I mean, whoever doesn't struggle, there's a reason. It's because probably they're standing on your stupid ass. And money is what happens to a population when their IQ has declined. They've lost sight of their leaders. They don't have access to their intellectual property, let alone a place of spiritual belonging. It's a machine that you go and it's like, can you figure out some way to impact the children a lot better than just being siphoned into that and ground up and spit out and say, next! Cheap shit.